It's it's supposed to be a hobby stream, Luce. Not a hobby stream, a Warhammer stream.
Yeah.
And they're all in chat talking about what is and isn't a fruit.
What is and isn't a fruit?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I know this one. It's something to do with where the seeds are.
Oh.
So, tomatoes are a fruit because the seeds are on the inside, or that.
I don't think that's how it works in 2025.
Because bananas are technically a berry.
They're whatever they want to be.
But no, that doesn't make any sense because I think banana seeds are on the inside.
So we're saying we don't know. Is what we're saying.
Well, in that case, then what are cucumbers? Because the seeds are on the inside.
Cucumbers are pointless.
And strawberries, the berries, the seeds are on the outside. But a banana's technically a berry, and the seeds are not on the outside. We might need to circle back to this.
It can be whatever it wants to be this day and age. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine Wednesday evening. It's been a really nice day. I've had all the windows and doors open. Well, not all the doors. I leave the front door closed because all you lot that are hiding the fucking bushes out the front. But I've had all the windows and back doors wide open because it's just been nice. Smelt fresh.
Somebody is growing jasmine in their garden because the air smelt really sweet today.
Oh.
Very nice.
Oh, the tracker's just flat stopped altogether. It worked for 2 days. It worked for 2 days and now it stopped again. Right, okay. It's like that, is it? It's like that, is it? What happens if I do this and do this? And go here. Do that. Anyway, it's been a beautiful day here, you wonderful human beings. And I did what I tell you forever, what I've told you forever that I do. Before I go on stream and I look for a title, I went onto WarCom, start looking at the Warhammer community articles to kind of look at what I think we should talk about. Before we dive into it, please make sure you smash all those magical YouTube buttons for us. Hit the like button if you enjoy the content. Smash subscribe if you haven't already. And hit that bell notification icon if you'll be notified every single time we go live or drop a new video. If you become a member or you get gifted a member, Mr. The Clive the Kiwi's just gifted a member out, then what happens is you can get yourself in Discord, you can hit a reaction roll, and it not only tells you when we go live or drop a new video, but it also tells you every time we schedule a stream. I'm watching. It hasn't fixed it. I don't know what. Streamlabs, I said we're almost there to Streamlabs. We're not quite there. They were like, cool, can you follow these steps for us? So I did. And it looks like it's made it worse. It was like fixed yesterday. I mean, at least they're trying to help. YouTube have just gone quiet. So we'll give it that. Weeman, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. Yeah, so I went to WarCom and I was looking for a topic for the streams as always. And as I opened up the WarCom page, I got to fucking Rumour Engine. And I know we like to criticise a lot of what GW do, but is this quite literally their most pointless article of all time? Like, Rumour Engine is done normally so many months in advance that by the time the product comes out and it's showcased, you've forgotten what the Rumour Engine is anyway, and you completely forget to put 2 and 2 together and go, oh, that was that model. So they do. You don't know what Rumour Engine is, Luce, do you? So Rumour Engine, chat, I'll show you, right? Because some of you, I've got to the point where it's so pointless, I don't even look at it anymore. Don't even look at it. I haven't looked at it in forever. So if I show you wonderful human beings, I'll just come off of the YouTube one. That was silly, wasn't it? I'll go back into YouTube as well now. I'm having a right brain fart with the computer today, I'll be honest. We're back in. We found you all.
I think I need to put a hot water bottle on my left shoulder. What's the muscles called
Wee man, thank you for 5 gifted to your legend.
Is it your trapeze?
Traps are the tops of your shoulders before your neck.
So the right side of my traps. I think I need a hot water bottle.
So here is Das Rumour Engine, right? 25th of March, so yesterday. So far this month, we've covered the classical elements of water, fire, and a rope, but this week's image is a real doozy. It is a single triangular construction, or we're looking at down a kaleidoscope again, a question we ask ourselves daily, and it gives you a picture. Normally a single component from a miniature, or something zoomed in, and then it goes, oh, don't be boring and just say it's a drill. Come up with something wild. It's a new kind of demon, a Catan shard of the Quantum Digger Lord, the 3 squat... Bore. Just over to Facebook and Instagram and pitch your best guesses. So, you know, engagement farm. But I was like, does anybody actually do these anymore? Does anyone actually look at these anymore? Like, I feel like it's utterly pointless as a thing. It's utterly pointless as an article. It's utterly pointless as a thing altogether. Does anybody actually pay attention to Rumour Engine? Is there something more pointless? Is what I'm asking you. Share tonight. Rumour Engine is completely useless. It's just throwing people a bone. Is it though? Does it even do that? I gave up on WarCom when GW inserted shite into it with 10th. Fair. Looks like a drill. It does, doesn't it? But they said they can't call it a drill. Right, this tracker is fully broken. I can go back to my Streamlabs person and be like, I did exactly what you said. It got worse. It got worse. Streamlabs, you motherfuckers. Kill team updates, lol. Giving us tracks assault drills back in plastic. But no, I pay 0 attention. That's fair. For the whole 4 people who play it, pivot is more useless. Fair. Fair, wee man. The roadmap, because it's vague and gives no info. Hilariously, Valrak told us about this the day before Games Workshop posted it. Fully believe that. Fully believe that. How they haven't worked out who's feeding him information is flat criminal.
I wonder if they know, but they're just letting it happen.
That's a strong theory out there already. Is that it's a case of just let him have it because he's our best free advertising at this point.
Yeah.
Simplified, not simple article. Some encrypted state communication systems seem rather useless these days. Lol. Just use WhatsApp. This is one thing more pointless. The Servo Skull paint palette. Facts. That thing was... Did anyone buy one of those? Did anyone buy one? I remember when they did CSM 2.0 back in 8th, and most of the Rumour Engines were for the new models. This was the only time I felt like it was relevant. It's the time frame that really throws me off, though. Nobody's got a great comment in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have they checked if Valrak was added to their group chats by accident? Lol. You actually use it. What do you use? I bought one, a paint palette, and gave it away. Okay, well, at least you gave it away. I don't understand the Rumour Engine. I feel like it's a great idea. This is so Games Workshop, though. This is so many big business. Great idea, executed terribly.
Is it meant to be a hype thing?
Yeah, I think so. But the problem is they do it like 10 months in advance.
Is it like Bridgerton? I know you've not seen it, and I've not totally seen Bridgerton, but Bridgerton was a rumour, like... Magazine's the wrong word, but a person would start a rumour off as a hype thing. So maybe that's it. It's like a war, Bridgerton.
The thing is it's like it's so far in advance. It's normally so far in advance that when they put it out there and they go, "Here's a thing. What do you think it is?" and we'll go, "That'll be a Kriegs." There was a couple at Christmas in the Christmas calendar countdown that were February's releases, I want to say, maybe January's releases, so they were kind of close.
Okay.
But normally they're like 10 months apart.
Oh my god,
so
that's so...
if you think about this thing they've showed off now, there's every possibility that what they showed off now in March won't get released till
For Christmas.
September. So
Okay.
at that point, like it doesn't work as a hype point then, right?
No, you can't keep hype going for that long.
How long do you think is too long to keep hype going for? How long do you remain excited for something?
I'd say 3 months would be the maximum.
3 months is the maximum. I think 3 months is probably reasonable.
Yeah.
If you think about it, right, Games Workshop, they go, what they do when they tell you is they go, Sunday evening, next Saturday, you can buy this stuff on pre-order.
Yeah.
Right? And then you get a week's worth of articles that say, here's some interesting stuff about the stuff that you can buy on Saturday. Saturday goes up for pre-order, and then for 2 weeks it's on pre-order, and they keep putting articles out, and then it comes out the Saturday after. So with the exception of a day, it's 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Right, so it's like 20 days from the point in which the Sunday article says you can buy it to the Saturday where it turns up at, well, I say turns up at your house. If you buy it from Games Workshop, it doesn't, because they take 3 days to ship anything. If you buy it from Element, it'll turn up at your house on the Saturday that it's released, because that's what good service looks like. So from the day in which they drop the article saying you can buy it to the day in which it's in your hands potentially is 20 days. So 3 weeks, in essence, right? Mm-hmm. Which I feel like is reasonable. So I feel like if you're going to Rumour Engine, just do the Rumour Engine like 2 weeks before that. Maybe a week before that. If you do the Rumour Engine a week before, so perhaps on Saturday, what day is it this Saturday, right? So perhaps on Saturday the 29th, your product comes out, whatever's coming out. But then what also happens is you go, oh, not only have you got this new product today, here's Rumour Engine. On the Sunday, nothing happens. But then the next Sunday, you get the next Saturday, you can order this thing. It's just like a month then. You're just extending it to 28 days. But the first of those 28 days, you get the Rumour Engine picture. And then on the 8th of those 28 days, you get you can buy this next Saturday. On the 14th, you get to pre-order. And on the 28th, it delivers. Like, I feel like a month is fine.
Yeah.
But why Rumour Engine 6 months in advance?
Are the Rumour Engines always vague?
Very vague, yeah.
Oh,
But some
okay.
some of them have been more obvious than others. Some of them.
Because I'm just wondering, if you're really specific in your Rumour Engine, then you can't change anything. And if you have to change something, then you upset your customer base, potentially. So then it would make sense to put something out there really vague. So if you do need to change something, you can.
Escape says the Rumour Engines aren't even rumours because they're fucking fact of things they already have. It's not even a Rumour Engine, it's a photo of something that they've made.
Oh, yeah.
But I
so
think
it's
the
a
reason
magazine article
I think the
then?
reason why they call it a Rumour Engine is because if they can get an obscure enough photo of something, then it'll be rumours as to what it is. So they're going, here's the thing, what do you think it is? And the rumours will start. I think it's an orc. I think it's a space marine. I think it's a guardsman. I think it's a piece of terrain, right? So that means that's a rumour at that point. Despite the fact they've taken a photo of everything they've made, that starts the whole rumour thing. I think it's this, I think it's that, I think it's something else. So I get that. Sometimes it's really not obvious at all. And sometimes when you finally do get the model out 6.5 years later, and they go, remember the Rumour Engine from 6.5 years ago? You go, oh, it was that. Right, okay. They don't even do anything exciting with it. I feel like if I was GW, right, I would go, here's a Rumour Engine photo, and I would do it like a month to 6 weeks in advance, right? Here's a Rumour Engine photo. It says at the bottom, head over to our Facebook or Twitter pages to tell us what you think it is, right? So they're trying to push engagement, cool. So what I would do is head on over to our Twitter and Facebook pages, tell us what you think it is, and we will pick one correct guess at random who will receive this model for free. Cost them fuck all.
Okay.
Cost them nothing, really.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's good engagement.
Yeah. I've literally just Googled what is a rumour, just in case we've lost what the meaning of a rumour is.
What does Google say a rumour is?
Factual article. A currently circulating story or report of uncertain or doubtful truth.
Uncertain truth. But do you know what I'm saying though, right? Because what they also do, someone just said this in chat, where is it? Mikey says in chat, problem with Rumour Engine, they don't even follow it up to tell you what it was.
Oh.
So like, if you close the loop on it, if you said, head on over to our socials and have a guess, we'll pick one winner at random and you'll win the model, then you get a whole other article out of it. Remember this Rumour Engine that we put up 6 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Well, it actually was an orc, and Lucy in Southampton guessed correctly, was randomly selected, and has won this orc for free.
And then I get a really cheesy photo of myself with the orc.
On your hat.
Yeah. Obviously the hat.
Obviously the hat.
Obviously the hat. I had a look today on Trelac mittens. I know I'm starting it at Easter, but I might get it done in time for Christmas. And there's a really pretty pattern that's not available.
Oh.
So if anyone has a wife that Entrelac knits and she happens to have a mittens pattern.
Come on, stop it. You sound like Joe now.
Please.
People, please send me free stuff, please.
Please.
Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Well, what I want on postcards today, right? I've set up a random target for postcards. We've gone a little bit harder than we normally go, only because if you hit the super chat target tonight, I'll do some VAD streaming on Saturday if people want it, right? But what I want on the postcards is how you would do Rumour Engine. So I've just kind of loosely gone through how I would do it. I would put it up 28 days in advance as a Rumour Engine, maybe an extra week ahead. Maybe you go 35 days in advance. I would run it as a competition. I would give one away for free. I would close the loop off by doing another article showcasing the person who's won their free model. Blah, 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 blah. I think that's how you do it. It's fresh for the release that's coming in 5 to 6 weeks' time. I think that's super cool, right? I think that's amazing. That's how I would do it. But what I want to see from you wonderful human beings on postcards tonight is how you would run a Rumour Engine. Would you do it differently? Would you take the same kind of pictures? Would you do a competition? Would you do it 6 weeks in advance? Would you do it a week in advance? Would you, how would you do it? I'd love to know. Would you do Rumour Engines before reveal streams rather than before actual pre-orders?
I would do a really, really close-up photo of the thing. And then as the weeks go by, slowly zoom out.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I'd do that.
Like the mystery, or you do like a puzzle, like take one photo, do puzzle pieces.
The trouble is with the puzzle pieces is you just have to remove one crucial piece and then the whole thing.
Yes, that's the last one you put in.
No, the puzzle, there's too many, because your Warhammer models are always holding something. So you wouldn't even need to remove a face or like a, what's it called, like a coat of arms type piece. You could just accidentally remove a floor piece that has the tip of a chainsword or something in, and then half of you have got it. So really close up photo and then zoom out. But you could just be zooming out on terrain for like 6 weeks.
Yeah, you could, yeah. And still no one's got no idea what it is.
Still no one knows.
We've revealed a hill.
What a great rumour. We know they're outside. There's a hill.
I'm here for that. Here's what I just tell us what's coming so we can get excited. Well, they do that with the reveal shows, don't they, Eston, to be fair? The reveal shows are exactly that. And then the Rumour Engines are still not confirmed. Like, they could even do it in the reveal shows. They could even go, so what's next coming from Warhammer? And then the fucking dramatic video that they do where they show all these models with a slightly moving camera and everything's just. And then you get the real, I'm so excited for this, aren't you, Nick? From the commentators, right? Oh. Honest to God, it's. But when they get to that part where they're scripted going, so they've got these really cool rules, which is so fucking narrative, and it's the best thing Games Workshop have ever done ever, don't you think, Nick? And that's literally what they do, by the way. Okay. And then what you could do at that part of the reveal show is you could go, do you remember the Rumour Engine from 4 weeks ago where we showcased this piece here? Well, actually, they could do this like wide photo, and then the little puzzle piece comes in.
Write a short story of 40k lore, integrate the rumour into a story, take us on a journey.
Do you know why I love that, wee man, as well, right? The reason why I love that so much, thank you for the first super chat of the night, by the way. The reason, and wee man, super chat and 5 gifted so far.
I know.
He's our champion tonight at the moment.
Yeah.
The reason why I love that idea so much as well is because I genuinely was thinking to myself earlier about doing this as a stream topic, or thinking about a stream topic along the lines of, is narrative dying in the hobby? Because we talked about this a little bit yesterday with terrain and the mission packs and the fact that terrain means less and that objectives are always in the same fixed positions. And I was like, actually, I feel like people are playing less and less and less cool narrative games with random objectives and random missions and what have you, right? And I'm actually I need to sit down with Joe and I want to bring some of it back. And maybe we do a narrative night once a month or something. Or twice a month. And I think that a lot of what's happening in our hobby at the moment removes a lot of the narrative element. And I like and enjoy the competitive element. I do genuinely. I think that I don't like and enjoy certain competitive players, but I like and enjoy the competitive element of the game at least. But I feel like it's been at the sacrifice of the narrative element. So games have swung like one direction with the hobby, and I want to be able to do both. And taking down a lore route and integrating it into lore and making it a story. I'm here for that shit. I'm absolutely here. That sounds brilliant. It's harder to find narrative games these days. Yeah, it is 100%. 100%. Thank you so much for the first one of the Super Chat goal. You beautiful human being. You beautiful human being. Rumour Engine is a year ahead of what's coming soon. 6 months later pre-order, yeah. Tournament Tuesdays and Theatrical Thursdays. Theatrical Thursdays is a great name. How's it going, Ray? How you doing, dude? How are you? Let Jay put that road on the board, zombie apoc style versus a faction. The giant bridge is too big. It hides too much of the table, and I told him this before. In fairness, Crusader's definitely more polished this edition compared to last, but they could do so much more. Like when Nakmund came out, a terrain theme set. Yes, they could do more. Absolutely, 100%. 100%, yeah. I think that it's evident, I think at least, that the team for a while in charge of 40k have been far too competitive focused. You could take the horse to Hell's Reach, but you can't make him stream that. Get on Joe's case. Don't we need salamanders, Yeston? He's got enough stuff to make salamanders. What I need to do, really, is I need to plan a Hell's Reach stream on the schedule and say to Joe, we're doing Hell's Reach in this many days. Its narrative representation from then until now is down to what you do. Talking of Crusader, I won my first ever game of 40k using elves. Elves are the way. I put some blue on some Dire Avengers today. It's never too big. Yeah, babe, it's never too big.
What's that? Sorry, I was reading for my news.
Doing the research live on air.
Yeah.
Anybody think you'd had a day off?
No, I try, but I'm not very good at taking days off.
That's not a phrase I've heard before, Ray, I'll be honest. You can take a horse to water, but you can't stop him sticking Lego up his bum.
This is true. If he has a compulsion for it.
Factually correct. Factually correct. I couldn't stop that. You aren't wrong. You aren't wrong. What do we think is coming in the Adepticon reveals tomorrow then, team? That's the show we're going to get up for tonight at 2 a.m. to do.
You're going to get up
I'm fucking not.
Okay, good.
I'm not.
Good.
God,
I think
no.
I'd cry if you woke me up at 2 o'clock for Warhammer shenanigans. I'd actually cry.
What if I wake you up at 2 o'clock?
There is no reason to be waking me up at 2 o'clock.
Oh.
No reason.
Lego gets everywhere. It does. Well, yeah. What do we think we're going to see at Adepticon? What do we want to see at Adepticon? Loads of Horus Heresy. I thought Horus Heresy wasn't on the thing. I thought Horus Heresy wasn't an option for Adepticon this time round. Hey, doggo. What are you doing? You know. Why is your nose dry? That's weird. She's got a dry nose.
I don't think that's unusual for her. It's if she has an overly wet nose.
Oh, I thought wet noses were healthy.
Dry? Oh, you have got a dry nose.
It's weird, isn't it?
What's
It's
your
not.
little nosy doing when it's dry? Why is it dry? You're so funny.
Am I expecting a heavy dose of disappointment from Adepticon? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Adepticon reveals be like my wife's sex life. Disappointing. It was a reveal show. Yeah, 2 a.m. in the morning, Carl. Tonight, tomorrow morning, 2 a.m. Not a fucking chance. I think we're going to see a new World Eaters Combat Patrol. I'm hoping we see more than just a character, but what I'm actually anticipating is a new Combat Patrol that includes already existing models and a single character. And the reason why I think we're going to see a World Eaters Combat Patrol, I'll show you, team. I'm glad you asked. I am glad you asked. If I screen share again, and we go into Warhammer 40k, and we go into Armies of Chaos.
I am trying to prepare for the World Eater disappointment when all we get is a character, but all it does is making me angry / sad.
World Eaters. Thank you, Narek, for the $5. Fucking love World Eaters. Right, cool kits. Like all these. Like all these. Cool kits. Generic Space Marine stuff mostly. Not a huge fan. More generic Space Marine stuff plus Lord of Skulls. Not a huge fan. Jackals are cool kits, but out of stock. Terminators are out of stock. Rhino out of stock. I mean, these are out of stock. I think Terminators and Rhinos are out of stock because Emperor's Children. Spawn out of stock. Chitin out of stock. Greater Brass Scorpion out of stock. Chaos Predator out of stock. What are we noticing here? Right, tell me what's missing from... We're at the bottom of the page now. 24 out of 24 items, chat. What's missing? Scroll back up to the top. What's missing? I'll give you a, for instance, right? If I go Warhammer 40,000 and I go Xenos and I go Aldari, what's the first box? If I go Warhammer 40,000 and I go Armies of the Imperium and I go Astra Militarum, what's the first box? What's always the first box? If I go back into Warhammer 40,000 Armies of Chaos World Eaters, I'm just saying, it's gone. It's not there. So, what I obviously do, as always, is I go over to my sponsors, trusty Elephant Games. We go over to World Eaters and Elephant Games. And if we go to World Eaters and Elephant Games, we see World Eaters Combat Patrol. But they say... Oh, go away. No one cares. They say dispatch 9th of April. I can't see them dispatching it on the 9th of April because I can't see them getting any stock from Games Workshop. So I think Adepticon, hot take, World Eaters Combat Patrol announced. Also the one from Death Guard and Thousand Suns. Have they gone as well? Let's have a look, shall we? Warhammer 40k. Okay. Armies of Chaos. Thousand Suns. Combat Patrol right there. Warhammer 40k. Armies of Chaos. Death Guard. Oh, their Combat Patrol's gone as well by the looks of it. Death Guard. Who didn't want 40 Poxwalkers? So Death Guard Combat Patrol disappeared as well. No Death Guard Combat Patrol. Let's go back to... James Workshop, Warhammer 40k, Death Guard. Oh, they actually have the Combat Patrol box in stock still. Almost like it was a terrible box. So I think it's a pretty safe bet. We're going to see World Eaters Combat Patrol, maybe even Death Guard Combat Patrol, because they're flat gone from the website. Removed, disappeared. This element, it will dispatch in 6 to 12 business months. I had an email that did it right. I'm aware they're my sponsors, so I don't want to badmouth them too much, but I had an email the other day saying this paint that you ordered, the manufacturer's now told us that it's no longer in stock, and so we can't send it to you. I was like, the fuck is that? What is he talking about? I'm stalling because I'm logging into the account right now, so I can tell you. If I go into my orders, it was it that one? No, it's before then. I can't find where it says waiting for stock. It was back in like August, October time last year. Expected waiting for stock is that one.
Although that's pretty bad business of them to do that, that's also very bad admin on you.
So
How did you not know there was something missing?
Well, I'll tell you. So I bought some Soulblight Gravelord's Spearhead for Joe, Soulblight Gravelord's Fangs of the Blood Queen for Joe, Age of Sigmar General's Handbook for the studio, and some A-Cray acrylic white paint. So I ordered those 4 things, right? The AK acrylic white paint is £2.26. The other stuff is like £70, £50, £40, right? Because it's normal hobby stuff. When I ordered it, it was all in stock, and then it said the AK acrylic white is actually not in stock. I'm like, oh, okay. So I got a hold of Element and was like, look, I've got this one paint that I've ordered as well that's not in stock. Everything else is in stock. Can we have it for our Age of Sigmar content? And they were like, yeah, cool. We'll split the order for you. So they split the order. They sent out the 3 things. There's one paint for £2.26 back in then. And I was like, all right, I'll come in and I'll deliver it at some point. Back in whenever it was. What day did I say it was? Back in... Well, it doesn't tell me when. It's not great, is it? Back in... Waiting for stock. The 31st of July. So £2.26 waiting for paint since the 31st of July. And then I had an email on, I want to say Monday or Tuesday, saying the supplier have told us it's never coming back into stock. They've stopped making it. But the website says, waiting for stock. Expected tomorrow at 1600.
Why didn't you say anything?
Because I'd forgotten I even ordered it.
Okay, is Hobby House going to be better than that?
I'm hoping so. I fucking hope so.
Is this the standard?
I don't know if this is the standard, but Element are developing a bit of a name for doing this kind of stuff, unfortunately.
Well, Carl says, I'm still waiting for Krieg.
When did you order that? For release? What are you waiting for, Carl? Tell me. Anyway, chat, we're still sat on 6 gifted now. I know the tracker's broken, but I can still update it. New Stealth Ninja Crisis suits are also gone. Ooh.
Who doesn't love a mystic meg level of vagueness with their Rumour engines? I see a tall, gruesome demon in your future.
Did you remember Mystic Meg?
I do.
From the National Lottery?
I do.
Dad used to call her Septic Peg. I don't know why. Thank you so much, Jill! You wonderful human. For basically doubling our super chats. You're amazing. Thank you so much. What a legend. Hey, Lord Commander J. How's it going? A Salt Terminate box is showing it's temporarily out of stock. That probably means they're just making more. Thousand Suns still waiting on the same wave 2 we are hoping for against odds on World Eaters. At least one unit will be nice, I suppose, yeah. Element aren't as bad as Wayland Games, at least. No, wow. One box of Kriegmen not in stock, rest is. Do you want me to get them to split it? Message me and I'll get them to split it for you, so I'll send you everything that's in stock. One day my dreams will come true. I hope for you, wee man. I hope for you. How's the House of Hobbies going? You fine outstanding billion gentlemen. All right. Aren't they the old salt tummies, eh? Yeah, they need an update. They do. Wayland have always done me right. I think Wayland have a reputation from earlier days, which is probably not quite so justified anymore. But I also haven't used them in recent years, so I couldn't say whether they have or haven't improved. But Farmer George, you really should be using our Element link. Septic Peg was a piss take of Mystic Meg done by Brian Connolly. That makes more sense.
Did your dad used to watch Brian Connolly?
Yeah, he likes Brian Connolly, yeah.
Okay.
Lost my hobby manager, so now it's just wait. Just get it cancelled, get a refund.
What comes first, a model shown on a Rumour Engine, or an Element order waiting for stock?
One of life's great questions, nobody. I'll be honest. One of life's great questions. This was one of the best things I ever bought for the kids.
Yeah.
I don't think they even used theirs.
No. Ben, he's got one that's a pen So he sometimes likes to spin the pen.
What's he doing? Is learning.
But the pen's too short. When you hold it in your hand, it kind of gets lost in like that bit of your hand because it's too short, so it can actually fit through the gap. So it's a really bad pen.
But he's only got little hands though, right?
The pen's too big for little hands, and then it's too small
for adult hands. Right, okay.
It's such a bad pen. It's the worst pen.
Perfectly shit.
Yeah.
I think I'm still waiting for the Scabby Nurgle Horseman element. For World, it is Red Butchers, Berserkers on Juggernauts, and Demon Engines would be nice. Agree, yes. Calling it now. Lehman Russ coming this year or an 11th. I have no idea. I don't know if I want... I guess I kind of... Now we've started the Primarch train, I guess I kind of do still want more Primarchs coming. But I also kind of don't at the same time. I just... It's kind of weird, isn't it? Because if it comes out and it's good, everyone's got one. It's so satisfying, though, this thing. It's so satisfying. Whee! The camera struggles with it when it goes really fast.
Does it just look like a circle?
No. It looks really weird. I assume you'll be using purchasing software that will keep track of purchase orders, receipts, and back orders. I have confidence in you. Thanks, mate. We're just going to use pen and paper, though.
Oh, that is weird.
What's that?
The fidget spinner.
It's strange, isn't it?
It's like watching fire.
I'm home now. I can start reading the comments and make my own comments. Well done, Andy. I want a big special flesh hound to lead my doggos. Like a Karanak type model. I'm doing wolves if they release new minis. I think they're going to have a release. I'm really concerned about it. I'm genuinely very concerned about the Space Wolf release because I think they're going to strip out a load of the flavour and character like they did with Blood Angels. I want to invest in a fidget cube for myself. I need one today. 4-hour meeting. Fidget cubes are great. Get one.
A 4-hour meeting. At what point is nobody listening anymore?
10 minutes in, probably.
Do you not have breaks in meetings? Like leave the room, get some fresh air?
I don't know, but I can't speak for his meetings. It depends.
That would just be common sense, though. Even if it's really crucial and it has to be this long, there's so much to get through. You would surely say, right, we're gonna walk away for half an hour, get some fresh air, get something to eat, leave this room, and then we'll come back slightly fresher.
I can't make it look like it's not spinning. It's weird, though. It is weird. Anyway, right. Morning, Hammer, thank you for 5 gift memberships! What are you signing for?
Do you have to shout?
Yeah! We've had 6 so far tonight, Luce.
Oh, I'm right here. And you have a microphone.
You're never alone with a microphone.
No, you're not.
Thank you so much, Morty Hammer, for 5 gifted. We actually made fucking double figures. My arsehole was going 5p, 10p for a minute then. Normally, at this stage of the stream, we're like halfway through. Thank you so much, Morty Hammer. You're an absolute legend. My wife has booked in for a 5-hour meeting. I was like, what the fuck? Not even a TED talk lasts that long.
5 hours.
I hate meetings. I hate them.
If I was in charge of a meeting and it had to be really long because there's just too much to get through and we need to hash it out because everybody's in the building on that day, I think I'd go an hour and a half break, hour and a half break. Yes, it would make it much longer, but I couldn't expect.
Some of the big management meetings at Rolls-Royce were close to a day long.
Yeah.
And you'd have all the departments and heads of departments sat around a table, and everyone would be presenting and updating on wherever they are at their particular point, and they'd all be given out. There was a lot that was put in and taken out. Very informative. Often I felt like there was huge chunks of it I didn't need to listen to.
Yeah.
Like, here's how power like gas generation is going. That's not my business. I don't care.
I don't need to.
I dealt with diesel engines for rail. I don't give a shit about oil and gas or whatever it was. Clive the Kiwi, thank you for 1 more. Brandon, thank you for 5 gifted memberships, you legend. Yeston, thank you for 1 gifted. Oh my god, we made 18. We're nearly at 20. We're nearly a fifth of the way there. That's depressing. I was going to say tonight, if we get 200, I'll do a £100 giveaway, but I'm not even going to make that promise now because it's a pointless endeavour. It's a fucking pointless endeavour.
That's a 2022 promise, that is. We're in 2025 now.
Yeah, but I thought I could just
Times have changed.
We can chuck it out there again, right? But I was like, 200 gifted memberships, and we'll do a £100 Games Workshop voucher or equivalent value in your country. And I'm glad we didn't. We can.
I'm a professional meeting goer. I have meetings for meeting's sake.
That's why I hate meetings. The amount of times I got called into a meeting and I sit there for fucking 20 minutes and I'm like, that was a paragraph
That
in
was
an
an
email
yeah.
at best.
Yeah.
Why have you pulled me into a meeting for that when I could be doing something else?
I've overheard so many of your meetings, and I've never been in the line of work that I would ever. No, I have been in a meeting. I've been the minute taker, so I've been sat quietly in the corner, pretending to be invisible. But even I've overheard them and thought that was surely an email.
The other thing you get with meetings, sometimes this is good and sometimes this is bad, but you also get a lot of bollocks chat about things that aren't even related to the meeting, which on occasion is good because you can get information. I remember when I was at Siemens, you could get information out of meetings that you wouldn't normally. Because there's a person sat there who you would not normally bump into. You normally day-to-day work. Oh, have you heard about this thing or what's going on with this project? And then you get this information. Oh, that's interesting, which you would never get if you weren't in that meeting because you just happened to be in the same room as this person for a meeting. But you also get loads of chat like, "What did you do at the weekend?" I don't fucking care. Let's talk about the topic and get out.
Yeah,
right?
I've got stuff to be doing.
You don't need to know. Are you coming around next weekend? No. So fucking what interests you at what I did at the weekend? Shut up.
Liam, we're getting a lot of complaints in the department that you're aggressive.
I don't get it. Like, how was your weekend, Liam? Well, all right. Why? Why is that relevant to the? Because the thing is, that normally happens when you're all sat there in the meeting room, right? And you're like, one person's late, and there's one person's always late, and I'm always sat there going, I'd fucking bollock to Dwight as soon as he walks through the door. Where the fuck have you been? And no one ever does that in a meeting either.
Yeah.
So what happens is you either sit there silent, and everyone's just silent. Nowadays, silence, it looks like this, obviously. And then what happens is, or instead of silence, what happens is you get small talk. I don't like small talk.
Yeah. I'm not great with small talk.
I fucking hate small talk, honestly. How are the kids? You don't know them, so
Yeah.
why do you care?
Yeah.
You're just asking me a question to fill the silence.
Yeah.
I'd quite happily just have the silence, to be honest with you. Do you know what I would do? Do you know what I...
Bam, ba, ba, bam.
Just fucking interrupted me. How rude.
Bam, bam, ba, bam. The swallowed earrings have been recovered. Do you remember I told you a little while ago that somebody posing to be like a personal assistant to a famous sports person swallowed some Tiffany jewellery?
Yeah.
Finally recovered it 2 weeks later. And he got pulled over in the car because his rear lights were out, not to do with the... So he could have got away with it.
But he swallowed them.
He swallowed them.
So how do they recover it when they pulled him over? He shit at the side of the road?
I assume he'd gone for a poo in the expected amount of time. One might pass something, and then got pulled over for his lights on his car, which then they would have ran the checks and been like, hey, you look like the guy.
The guy?
But he was pulled over in... Where was he pulled? Does anyone know this guy? So he was pretending to be like a personal assistant of an Orlando Magic basketball player. I was really excited. I read that and I thought it was the Globetrotters. I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. Never mind.
So they've recovered the jewels.
So he was almost 340 miles away when he got pulled over.
But they've recovered the jewels.
They recovered them. One of the earrings is bent.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is.
It's a powerful colon you got there.
Honestly. Jesus. I often shit in my car lights. Yeah, exactly. Diamond embedded in the ring. Is that a butt plug? Laxatives. How odd. I mean, at least they recovered it. It's what a super interestingly strange turn of events. Pulled over for his lights being out. You feel like if you're gonna rob that many jewels, you're probably gonna make sure you're watertight for quite a while.
Yeah.
and draw no attention to yourself.
The 4 stolen earrings, valued at nearly £600,000 once converted to pounds, match the serial numbers from the jewellery taken from the Tiffany store last month.
Well, there we go.
So he nearly got away with it.
Back to
the meetings.
Back to meetings. What I like to do, when I used to be the one in charge of the meetings and running the meetings, what I would do is if the meeting was due to start at 5 o'clock or whatever, 4 o'clock, what I would do is I start the meeting at 4 o'clock.
Yeah. Because you've all still got the rest of your day.
And if someone turned up late, oh, I'm sorry I'm late, but yep, no worries, and then I'd carry on where I was. Oh, what's that reference to? Well, if you'd have been on time, you'd have fucking found out.
Moving on.
So you can ask someone else after we're done. Anyway, that's what I used to do.
How would you feel if you had a breast pumping person in the meeting? This is always a question I've wanted to ask. You know when you get colleagues on maternity leave and they come back off maternity leave but they're still breastfeeding so they're allowed to pump at work?
Right.
How would...
You don't need to pump in a meeting.
Okay. But if she was late...
Tough.
Like, because I didn't breastfeed, so I have no idea if these things have a mind
Where
of
did
their
this question
own.
come from either?
Just because I've always been really... Sorry, I know it's a loaded topic. I didn't mean to do that to you. But just because times have changed and now we're more mindful of paternity leave and maternity
what are you asking?
leave.
If she's flopping it out in the meeting to pump, or if she's late because she's been pumping?
If she's late because she's been pumping.
You fucking do it in your own time. This is work time.
Okay.
You've got breaks.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not fucking off mid-meeting for a wank, am I?
Well, no, because, see, now, feeding an infant and pleasuring yourself are very different.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. One's more worth my time. Jesus. Do it on your own time. Work time is work time.
Okay.
Wow, I don't know where that came from, quite honestly.
I always see in movies when they are trying to depict a colleague fresh off maternity leave but she's still breastfeeding as this really kind of awkward, how do we facilitate this scenario in the corporate world?
Kev says, no pumping on work time for Joe then. Joe doesn't work on work time, Kev. So he's definitely not pumping, is he?
Thank you, Andrew. We had a guards manager pump during a crisis meeting.
Out. I need everyone else to pay attention. Out. I need everybody else in the room to be, especially a crisis meeting, I need everybody else in the room to be paying attention. Out. Come back in when you're done. Anyway.
It's just always a question I wanted to ask. Having never been in corporate meetings or breastfed, how?
Loose, my work has a lactation room.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Use it on your own time. Can't you combine the wank and the breastfeeding? 2 birds, 1 stone. Anywho, like I said before, team, I would like postcards as to what you want to see for Adepticon, how you would handle Rumour Engine. Fuck it, at this rate, with the way this stream's going, anything, quite frankly. Anything. Omar's still grey. Someone make him a green name. Joe does all his pumping in the loo. Facts.
It still bothers me that on your top floor, the toilet and the kitchenette are right next to each other. Really bothers me.
Why does that bother you?
It's just unhygienic.
Shut the door!
No, there should still, you know the house we lived in before this one? The kitchen and the downstairs loo, that if that house was built today, it wouldn't be allowed.
But I don't understand. Don't ship the door open and you're fine.
But people don't close the door behind them and there is not a window in that bathroom. There's just the extractor fan. The next available window is the kitchenette.
But, just turn the extractor fan on. I don't understand the problem.
It's just because an extractor fan cannot extract
Also,
4 men
the
taking a
kitchen-
dump in the same half hour.
The kitchenette in the studio isn't actually a kitchenette strictly. It's just a sink.
But you still prepare food in
We
there.
do prepare food in there as well, but in terms of design,
It bothers me.
fucking Jesus Christ. Also, it's not 4 people going for use the bathroom in the same hour.
do you know,
It's just Joe.
The minute I said it, I knew I was wrong because 1 man takes 1 half hour. So 4 of you in the same half hour has just never been heard of. It's not going to happen. 4 men, 2 hours, more like.
Also, how else did you get the phrase shit sandwich?
Ugh.
In
Does
older
it not
houses,
bother you?
No. In older houses, it was just easier for all water piping to go to the same general area. That makes sense. Glambring, thank you for 5 gifted. Come on. I don't think we're making it tonight, though.
Probably not.
Concern. Super concern right now, team. Thank you for 5 gifted, Glambring. You're an absolute legend. We're up to 23. 23 of the finest. 2 more to get to quarter of the way. And then just need one of you to gift 75. We're good. If the toilet is busy, you can just piss in the kettle. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh my God, no.
Boil it out.
No.
It's the price you pay for being an old enough country to make America look like a toddler still. Well, that's true, yeah.
Maracca.
Sam is also a great name, team. Get him a membership. What does he say? We're really covering the chaos bases. Liam Rage, poop articles for Nurgle. What's the change reference? Bribing with the hat again. They've seen the hat once, although the hat actually has subsequently had an improvement.
Yes. So the cuff. So even on things like it's called ribbing, but if it's a piece of the material that has to stretch over a body part before it reaches where it's going to sit. So things like socks need to go over the foot and the ankle before they sit nicely on the leg, or gloves have to go over the hand before they sit nicely on the wrist. Ribbing helps create that elastic effect on any garment, and I hate it. It's a knit purl, and it drives me insane because I can't get into the rhythm of it. So instead, I folded. Mordy, stop it.
Mordy Hammer, thank you for 50 gifted. Oh my God.
Stop it.
What an absolute fucking legend. I hope for you, Mordy Hammer, that you never ever have a pointless meeting ever again in your whole life. Every meeting you ever attend has a point to it.
I got a snap.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, Mordy. Jill, thank you for the 1. And Lisby, thank you for the 5 gifted. That is insane. Carl of Hodgie also said...
I'm so sorry.
He said, I'll hire you, Liam. You got a passport? I can use you. Tell me if that's a genuine offer, Carl, at the moment. I do have a passport. It is in date.
So for the ribbing...
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Mordy Hammer, what a legend, by the way. Fucking hero.
I found some elastic, so I cut it really thin, and then I folded the ribbing of the hat in half, put the elastic in the middle of it, and then stitched it. So I've got a nice little rolled hem now.
And it doesn't fall off your head if you sneeze.
And then I had a really nice message from Old Manwee that said my hat was amazing. So I obviously told him all about my hat.
Wee Man is in fact a legend, and I love him. Did Lou say ribbon? A few times, yeah.
Why? What's wrong with ribbing?
Clive the Kiwi knows. Clive the Kiwi, thank you for the 1 gifted.
What's wrong with ribbing?
Nothing. They've all been given. If loadout options don't have points, why should meetings? Facts.
I'm a software developer sort of person. Useless meetings is my life.
But you don't like them, surely. Mordy Hammer, thank you for the $5 as well. Look at Mordy Hammer smashing it out, team. Be like Mordy Hammer. Be more like Mordy Hammer. We went from fucking complete failure to almost target. Now we just got to hit them super chat targets so we could do some VAD streaming on Saturday. And it will be, for reference, me just sat here chilling, playing the story to Grand Theft Auto 5. Does it pay well, Carl? The point of today's meeting, to waste your time. I've had too many of those.
For a time, I thought meetings were a legitimized way for you all to sit around doing nothing.
When I was first going into the working world, the adult civilian-based working world, I was like, meetings are where the important people go, right? I want to get myself into that meeting room. Did not take long getting into that meeting room for going, get me fucking out. What is this nonsense?
Do you just sit there thinking, I can feel my email inbox gaining?
I reckon for every 5 meetings I had, 3 of them could have not existed and it wouldn't have made a difference. So you're talking about, a 40% efficiency.
Did you tell your boss?
So I don't know if you remember, when I started at Rolls-Royce, I had basically 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. meetings Monday to Friday. Do you remember?
Yeah,
just
I
back-to-back
remember.
meetings constantly, non-stop. And I was like, when the fuck do I do my actual work? So I was logging in, I was getting into I was sitting in the office at 7 a.m. and I was turning off at like 9 p.m. because I had to use those hours before and after to do work. And I say 8 till 6. There was pockets of time here and there, but I was basically, honestly, stacked with meetings. By the time I started the handover, I was down to maybe 3 a day. I just fucking deleted meetings.
Didn't your boss say, Liam, we're not really seeing much of you?
No, my boss, you've met my boss. My boss was like, Liam, the current incumbent is fucking useless. He takes ages to do anything. Streamline it. I was like, how many of these
Do you think he invented the meetings?
No. The previous guy.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if he invented the meetings, but there was definitely the other thing as well with meetings that I find is people want to book a meeting because they feel important. Let's have a meeting. Like, fuck off. No, I don't need a meeting with you.
Yeah.
So we had people booking meetings who didn't need to be in meetings. It happened loads. So I would get into meetings. I'd do it for a month and be like, I'm actually getting nothing from this. Like nothing at all. So what's the point in having this meeting? We don't need to. So what I'd then say to perhaps the person who was giving information is like, can you just stick this in an email to me on a Monday morning? Yeah, of course I can.
Because any line of work I've ever been in was not corporate at all. Whenever there'd be something on the staff notice board of staff meeting, it would be, who fucked up? Who's in trouble?
Aviation knowledge, yeah, you'd get good money. Don't promise me, Carl. Lonely Brass Scorpion, thank you for 5 gifted. YouTube's a struggle this year, actually. I say month, this year. Thank you so much, Lonely Brass Scorpion, for 5 years memberships. You're amazing. Late fee paid. We'll catch up on demand. Back to work. Enjoy your work, dude. So yeah, my boss at the time was like, right, streamline the process. There was one task that my predecessor did. It took him 3 days to do it manually. I automated the whole process using spreadsheets and formulas and stuff. I got it down to 20 minutes worth of work from 3 days. There was other nonsense stuff. My boss would say to me, here's a bunch of meetings that you can't get rid of. They're important. You need to keep these ones. And there's a couple of them in there that you're going to hate, but you have to keep them, especially if they're customer facing, because the customer wants the meeting. Even though I managed to get rid of one of those. I managed to convince the customer we don't need this meeting anymore. And I'm like, you're probably right. Bye. And then what happened was, here was the downside. So my boss was like, you've scrapped a lot of meetings. I was like, oh, no, yeah. Like, do you want to take these 2 off me? No. Well, you don't get a choice. Fuck. That happened quite a lot as well. Honestly. Thank you so much, Lonely Brass Scorpion. Mordy Hammer, by the way, you are a fucking beautiful human being. Thank you so much. Mordy Hammer, is it you that was talking about GTA 5's location? Because GTA 5's location is based in Los Angeles. Am I correct? And I thought it was loosely based on Los Angeles, but and I think there's someone in the Fanes who was saying that the Los Angeles of Grand Theft Auto is literally Los Angeles. They've changed all the names and stuff.
Well, so
but
the layout.
Like the road layouts and stuff are the same. They're right. They're correct. And I was like, fuck off. Is that true? I want to know if that's true.
So you could Google Maps.
Yeah, I really want to know.
And compare.
I really want to know now.
Why don't you do a split screen
I've never
while
been
you're
to
playing
LA.
it, and then Google Maps and see if you can find where it's based off?
I've never been to LA. I want to go to LA. It's a bucket list place. I've never been to New York. I want to go to New York as well.
Go to
New York.
New York. I thought you said York.
And Texas.
Yeah, you should go.
It's a trap. I can't.
It's not a trap. You should go. Go and do the things you want to do.
I can't afford to anyway, so it's not a problem. GTA 5 is LA and it's a 90% correct copy. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I love it. I love that kind of stuff. Where's 6 based? Do we know where 6 is based? It's close for the downtown and does a good job at making lookalike of other areas. Amazing. I knew where Andy says, I knew where I was going in Manhattan because of Grand Theft Auto 4. So after playing it for hours, I was like, I know where I am. If it's a 95% carbon copy, I could believe it.
Okay. So if ever I find myself in Mushroom Kingdom, I know exactly where I'm going.
Yeah, or in Peach's fucking castle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because my industry is so focused on billables, my weekly meeting times are generally under 2 hours, standard ones, which makes for a productive week. That sounds all right, actually.
I kind of want to go to one of these big corporate meetings and just sit there. And
You don't want to be on
just say,
meetings,
like,
Luce.
what do you all talk
Honestly,
about?
they're so
is-
fucking pointless. I can't believe the amount of meetings I got rid of that we never did anything about ever again, apart from maybe send a 5-minute email. Or the amount of meetings that I took from over an hour and streamlined to 20 minutes. This is a 20-minute meeting. Just get rid of all the gumph.
Whenever I would minute meetings, I was always so worried that I would get all the irrelevant information and leave out the correct stuff, include the correct stuff. So I never really paid attention to the actual content of the meeting. So even though I've been the invisible person in the corner taking the minutes, I'd love to sit at the table and be in the meeting, just to sit there and go, yeah, actually, this was an email.
Like,
This was pointless.
have something to contribute, or just to be there and listen?
Just to be there, but know what's being said, so I can take stock from it. But to sit there and think, yes, this was useful, or no, this has wasted everybody's time.
The first time you sat in a meeting, well, for me, the first time you sat in a meeting, you got your shirt on and your trousers, and you've got your fucking your laptop, or you might have your notepad and pen, and you sat there, you feel quite important. And then you finish it, you're like,
I've been in a meeting.
been in a meeting. Banging. And then what happens is after the 5th one, you're like, why did we stop bringing free biscuits to this? That's all you care about at that point.
Where are the biscuits?
Where are the biscuits? Yeah. Yeah. I will go as far as to say I preferred it when meetings were in person to being video calls. When COVID hit and my calendar was back-to-back Zoom calls or was back-to-back Teams calls, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, when you're in person, it's weird, but people like, when you're in person, there's a little bit of small talk. People plan extra time for small talk. If you're one end of the building for a meeting at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's an hour, no one's booking you for a meeting at 4 p.m. the other end of the building. Because you're never going to fucking get there in time. So you get the 15 minutes to go for a pee and make a coffee or whatever.
Did you not have a person that booked your meetings for you, like managed your calendar or?
No, I did that because then someone else would annoy me. Because I like to manage my day.
So you would never like a PA?
No, it depends.
Okay.
The only person I've ever known who's had a PA has been the fleet delivery manager at Siemens, who's the whole guy in charge of the whole depot.
Yeah.
And the director at Rolls-Royce Power Systems.
Well, that makes sense because obviously.
No, managing director, not director, because the director was my boss.
Yeah.
The manager was his boss. So I
guess the difference is having a very good PA and having a crap one.
But so like Bruce's PA, Bruce, ladies and Bruce's, he was the managing director at my place. His PA was quite good, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I'd be talking to Bruce and I'd be like, I need to get you for a chat on Friday or whatever about this thing to do with this contract. I don't know what I'm still allowed or not allowed to say. And he'd be like, you need to speak to, I can't remember her name, you need to speak to her. He wouldn't touch his calendar because she managed fucking everything for him, for his calendar. So, because he was like, if I put it in there, I'll bollock something up that she's planned. So you talk
Yeah.
to her and get it
Oh,
booked.
that's so respectful.
Yeah, because she was good
Yeah.
though. So you
Yeah.
don't mind, she was a good PA. So I'd love a PA.
I wonder if there was is there a PA in chat? And if there is, what is actually in your remit, and what is, much like the Hollywood films, is the stuff that possibly your boss gives you where you can say, now you've overstepped, I'm not doing your dry cleaning. Like, what is in the remit?
Wasn't there a game in the 2000s based in London that used scans of the city, GTA gangster game? Its name escapes me. Was it The Getaway? Was it? Or was it Driver? Or Driver 2 or something? Got a 6 monthly strategy meeting next week. It's in person and involves going to Spoons before trains home. Not too shabby. That sounds all right. Chat, because of the amazing Mordy Hammer, plus a few other people, we are only 15 away from hitting our membership target. We are, however, 65 quid away from Super Chat. My targets are 100, 100, 100. Likes, Super Chats, gifts. It's the targets every time. Liam wants a Prince Albert. God, no. It wouldn't be a good look, Mike the Rhino, when the piercing's bigger than it is.
What's a Prince Albert?
It's a piercing.
Down there. Prince Albert had that.
I have no idea if he had it. That's what it's called, Lise. I don't know if that's what the fuck it's based on.
Why has everyone called it that?
I don't fucking know.
Did he have that pierced? Why? Why?
Yeah, it's not a piercing that it's not a piercing that I think I would ever be interested in remotely. I've thought about having my lobes pierced once, and that was like it.
It hurts, by the way.
I'm sure it does.
It was my 9th
Poking
birthday.
a hole through you probably hurts.
But people say, it doesn't hurt. It hurts.
I don't know if it would hurt more than a tattoo, though.
I couldn't say. I don't have a tattoo.
Well, I do day sessions, don't I? I can't imagine it's worse than that. Day sessions suck balls. Most of the blokes who had PAs at my old firm were full-on weaponized incompetence. Google it. Don't Google it. Don't Google it. If you have a Prince Albert and take your piercing out, though, you definitely have to sit down to pee.
You'd have it right on the end.
That's where it goes.
You wouldn't have it like around.
No, Luce. No, it goes in a single place.
Why?
Exactly. Good question. I'm cringing, sat here thinking about it.
Let's discuss. I'm fascinated.
Why would people do it? I don't understand.
I'm going to deploy the Google.
Luce doesn't have a dolphin or butterfly tattoo. Not very Coventry. Luce has no tattoos.
I don't have a tramp stamp. To be honest, I don't think I could tolerate the pain. I couldn't do it.
We've had children, Luce.
No, that's a very different natural pain.
We're 5 likes away, team. That's free.
I'd probably say pain in its own criteria of pain because it's very.
Tattooing isn't that painful. It's painful, but it's not like unbearable levels of pain. It's just like fatiguing.
There's the worst pain of having a baby is obviously when the head's coming out because the midwives can't help you yet. There's nothing to grab onto to help pull the baby out. And I can only describe it as like a searing white pain that is maybe 10 seconds long. And it's such a natural pain as well. It really does wash over you as to a point you can't control it anymore. There's just like a natural urge to push. I can't describe it anything other than that.
A white hot searing pain is worse than tattoos. Fact.
But because you're choosing to stay in the chair to get the tattoo, like you still have control over that pain.
Yeah.
But I can't. It
Have
sounds
you ever had
very
like
strange.
really bad sunburn?
It sounds very strange, but having a baby, I don't think I have much to do with that act because it's entirely natural. There's muscles now just working on their own.
No, I get that. But still, I don't know. I think it's all relevant, isn't it? I think you'd be fine with a tattoo, especially if I think it's one of those things as well, isn't it? If you decide you want it, you're probably more inclined to sit there and take it. You know.
I knew having a baby would be a temporary pain. I couldn't.
A tattoo's temporary pain.
It's very, very long temporary pain. Whereas having a baby, my experience, there's obviously horrific stories. Having James nearly killed me, literally. So there's different pains involved with that pain. But genuinely, the most painful part of having babies on both accounts was just the head, and I'd give it maybe a 10-second white searing pain.
Stu Perry says, my wife bit through my bicep having our first.
I believe that.
Bit through bicep. That's through bicep.
I wish I'd stuck up for myself more having James, because I was a right bossy cow when I had Ben, because obviously it went very wrong with James, so I went in there saying, we're doing it my way or it's, you can get out of the room. Ben was textbook, and he was a big baby. He was £9 too, and he was textbook. And I remember, and I had you to coach me as well. Like, no one was trying to throw you out the room. You
make a hell of a fuss. It's just having a big poo.
It really is. I honestly think it is. The contractions feel like you've eaten the dodgiest curry you've ever had. And then, honestly, beginning to push, I thought, I'm going to shit myself.
Wee Man says, I was a legs first child. Awkward from the very start.
Yeah.
We love you, though, Nick. We love you.
Awkward from the very start.
I ordered some bits today for the Thanes boot camp weekend.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
What is a...
Don't. You're going to get images. Have you on incognito mode? My mum was 42 hours in labour because my wham head got stuck. Brilliant.
Yeah. I can't remember how long my labours were, but the really, like, when we got to the gritty part of it,
yeah.
Because there's labour of contractions and then active labour and everything else. When you're actually pushing and the head's coming out, that is the 10-second pain I'm talking about.
I still think about getting little black studs in my lobes.
What, like where you make the hole bigger?
No, studs. No, not the fucking rings. No. I don't really hang clothes on my ear. I'm not interested in doing that. No.
Clothes.
No.
Somewhere to put your car keys, isn't it?
Click. No.
Get that old carabiner out.
But do you know what my biggest concern is? Do you know the only thing that stopped me from doing it?
Infection?
Nope.
If you'll love it too much?
Nope.
I don't know.
Motorcycle helmet.
No, I think if you get little studs, that'll be fine.
I guess I could maybe put a plaster over them or something.
And you can put sleepers in.
I don't know what that means.
Sleepers are hoops, but there's nothing pointy or spangly. They're just a hoop. They're called sleepers. They're very thin, so they don't pull or anything.
Macbeth, isn't it torn from my mother's womb? Helmet for your bike. See, Adam got it straight away. Stubbing your toe, real pain right there. What is, chat? What is if we remove the standard, right? If we remove childbirth and being kicked in the nuts, okay? Let's remove those.
Mm-hmm.
What's the worst pain?
Worst pain I've had.
What's the worst pain?
The worst pain I've had, or the worst pain?
Well, you can't talk about the worst pain that you've not had, can you? Because you haven't experienced it.
The minute I say it, other women will know. The minute I say it. Trying to breastfeed a tongue-tie baby. That is the worst fucking pain.
I was going to go for, like, paper cut under the nail or...
No, I can top that. Foil cut under the nail.
Nope.
I don't even know how I did it. My God.
I've had a nail ripped off. That's why I keep the shortest nails in the world. That was judo. So I gripped a judogi, which is the suit, and they fucking pulled the thing away, and it just and my nail was a bit too long. It just ripped it. Oh, that was horrible.
I've had... I did something to my ribs. I don't know if they were broken or heavily bruised. That was a bad pain. Because any cough or when you go to get up,
it's heavy breathing.
You don't realise how much you use your abs.
Carl says, I got shot. That's done.
Okay, yeah, Carl wins.
All right, yeah, well, okay. I've had 2 prolapse discs in my back. That sucked, yeah. Standing on Lego. Standing on Lego is awful. Same as standing on an upside-down plug in the dark in your bedroom because your wife's left her hairdryer out.
What did we learn, though? When my appendix ruptured. Oh.
Jesus Christ, you lot are a fucking state, ain't ya? Kidney stones. Jesus, worst pain, either COVID or lower back pain. Both ended up with no sleep for a few days. Literal fucking torture. That makes it worse, though, right? I don't know if you can see these eyes. I theorise that the revenue is right down right now because I'm not that entertaining tonight. I'm not that entertaining tonight because I didn't sleep almost a wink last night. I really fucking struggled. Really struggled.
Standing on a mousetrap barefoot.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I really, really, really fucking struggled last night to sleep. I don't know why. No reason. I didn't really have anything on my mind massively. I never, I just led that like this. Normally what happens is you go to sleep, I turn the telly off, within minutes I'm asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Normally every time. Last night, not a fucking chance. Not a chance. And then I was shocked awake. So when I did finally get to sleep, I was shocked awake this morning because the little one came in our room.
I know.
And he walked around to your side first. I was like, no, get it! It's her day off. Come here.
Bless you.
So, and I was like, what do you want? Can I have my slime kit? Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
It's fucking 10 to 8 in the morning. Yes, fuck off. Worst pain, having to listen to my ex jabber on about total bullshit. Thank you, by the way, Adam, for the 2, putting us on £36. We've got 12 minutes left for the Super Chat goal, of which there's 13 yellow ones required. Don't think it's happening. German barbed wire in knees at the age of 8. Oh dear. I think Brom had that too. Lying on the road looking at the smashed fairings of my motorbike. Yeah, that would be painful.
Aww.
A whole different level of pain though, right? So far, I'm yet to break a motorbike, and I'd like to keep it that way, I'll be honest.
Well, I know why men get the Prince Albert now. I don't know why it's called the Prince Albert.
Why do you know why? How do you know why?
It says
why?
it here.
Why?
Some men choose this piercing for aesthetic reasons, while others seek it for increased sexual gratification.
How?
As the jewellery can stimulate the urethral area during sexual activity.
No, stop. We're done. We're done. That's enough. That's enough.
I want to find out why.
No, I don't want to hear any more. I don't want to hear any more. We have got 10 minutes, chat. We are 15 members away. There's 148 people watching. If just over 10% of you gift a single membership each, we'll hit the membership target. And then I can go and cry about the Super Chat target, but at least we've hit 2 out of 3 targets because we've got the 100 likes. We're on 104 likes. Just 10%. Just 1 each. You ride in a city on a big bike, you'll lie it down at some point because of some dickhead. Almost certainly. At least I ride sensibly, though.
Oh, there's diagrams and all sorts.
Ieston, thank you. Ieston, sorry. I still say... Because he let me say Ieston for like 3 years...
Yeah.
I still say it every time, like habit, and then I have to correct myself and say Yeston. Thank you for the 1 gifted.
This is
I need to get it. I want to get it right. It's important.
anatomically informative.
Is it? Is it?
You
the
might
sort
not
of thing,
want to see this.
Is it the sort of thing you want to be watching just before bed?
I feel like I'm learning things today.
When I have a shower, you can look at the real thing. It's just much smaller.
Well, there's no pretty jewellery on it. I might not.
Adam, thank you for the 1 gifted. Pretty jewellery. I'll dip it in glitter. That's all you're getting. All right? That's all you're getting. Nothing more than that. Carl, thank you for the 1 gifted. That's free. Come on, team.
It doesn't say why.
The smell is the worst about laser eye surgery. Oh, God. I've never...
The female version is called the Princess Albertina.
Is it?
Apparently.
Someone jokes in chat saying it's called the Princess Albert, and they're not actually all that wrong, are they? Apparently.
No.
Come on, team. We got 3. 4. Wee man. Yes. Thank you, Nick. You fucking sexy man. 1 more to get to 90. Thank you so much, you wonderful human people.
Okay, here we go. Urban legend has it that the Prince Albert piercing can be traced back to the husband of the British Queen Victoria, Prince Albert. He allegedly had this piercing in order to be able to fix his penis to his trouser button to enable him to wear the tight military trousers that were fashionable at the time without any visible bulge. In addition, the permanent retraction of the foreskin is said to have prevented the formation of foreskin smegma.
What a lovely chat this is. Tony, thank you for the
However,
one gifted.
the truth of this story is highly controversial. Did nobody ask him at the time?
Tony, thank you so much for 1. Now we just need 1 person to drop 10 and we're good. All right, come on. Go!
You're so uncomfortable. You're so funny.
I don't like it. Why? I don't want to hear it.
like
I'm
it.
not interested. It's mental. It's mental that anyone ever chose to do that. It's mental they chose to do it back in those days, but they didn't have things like fucking anaesthetic.
They might have. It just might have been chloroform or alcohol.
I've got stretched ears, 25 mil. Do they smell funny, Lockie?
Yes, they do.
That's my memory of
My
it.
brother used to touch his ear and then put his fingers near my nose. Gross. He used to do it while I was asleep as well. Gross.
Stubbing your toe. Stubbing your toe is one of those ones that I've stubbed my toe so hard before I broke it.
You can't really do much with broken
You
toes.
can't do fuck all with a broken toe. It's my big one as well. Oh my God.
All you can do
Big
it
black
is
line
strap
round it.
it
Ugh.
to the other one and then just be careful.
Fucking agony. Oh, Jack Allen. Right, now, someone, if you can super chat, £63 and 57 pence. We're good, all right?
Would you go for a
No.
piercing
No.
just for an outfit?
No.
No.
No. Why would anyone ever choose to do that? Thank you so much, Jack, for the 10 gifted. You fucking amazing human beings. You did it. You did it. Mordy Hammer with the big shoulders, but the rest of you, thank you so much. At least your Google history monitored by MI5. Careful with your searches. Well, I mean, she's already fucked, mate, honestly. any one of these days, we're going to have a fucking agent coming through the front door. I've got no doubt at all.
Well, if nobody turned up when my Amazon shopping basket had magnesium and an explosion cabinet in it, then I don't think they're going to turn up for a Prince Albert.
I mean, I think having the explosion cabinet would insinuate you're planning on putting the explosives in the cabinet. That's not the people they're worried about, Luce.
Thanks, wee man.
Did he hat-trick?
He hat-tricked, but I
What
was
a
too busy
legend.
looking at anatomically informative penises.
Brilliant. Okay,
So-
brilliant. I play rugby. I fucking love rugby. Broke my big toe in training about week 10. Had to just grizz 16 weeks. Didn't want to get back to work. Yeah, well. Some of the injuries you carry in things like basic are mad, aren't they, to be fair? Having all 4 wisdom teeth out at once. I did that.
Yeah.
And I had to... My bottom ones were growing into my jawbone. So they had to cut my jawbone away to get them out. So I had to slice the gum, cut the jawbone away, and pull the teeth out. Fuck me. When I came round from that, they put me into general to do it. When I came round from that, I nearly fucking sobbed. I nearly sobbed.
I think you did slightly sob in the car because you were
It
coming
was
round.
fucking so much pain. It was
Yeah.
so bad. And it's in your mouth. So it's your whole like head throbs. It's just
Yeah.
fucking awful, honestly. Horrific. Not again. Thank you, chat, for hitting 100 members. You're amazing. Was it an explosives cabinet or an explosives and a cabinet?
Well, I had in my shopping basket, I had magnesium. I think I had some kind of peroxide, something, sodium peroxide, maybe something, and an explosion cabinet.
Yeah.
So
No ticket to London.
no.
No.
I can't even remember what the science experiment was now. I know why I wanted the explosion cabinet because someone had told me that if you burn magnesium on the floor outside, it could still damage because the thermal point is too hot and it could damage the concrete or your flagstones in your garden or something.
Yeah.
Not to do it on grass either.
No.
So someone recommended to me you can get an explosion cabinet so the kids can still see the pretty colours, but it's contained so you can't get into too much trouble.
Wait, what? Hang on. While painful, one of my most unpleasant experiences was having the padding pulled out of my nose after it had been broken. What do you mean? My nose isn't quite straight. There's a little kink in it. Very, very minor. And I'm pretty sure I broke that at rugby and I just ignored it. Like, Doc, I think I broke my nose. Are you still playing rugby? Yeah, there's no point. We just leave it. But I've never had any real problems like breathing or anything, so I don't, you know. Polystyrene and petrol is practically napalm. Is it? Oh, these are all sounding quite painful now. It's not very nice. The gauze. Oh, the gauze. Okay, right. I'm with you. When you say padding, I was like, what are you on about? Broke my nose 4 times. Yeah. I think I broke a finger. I think I broke that finger. 4 years later, and my first lot of COVID means I still get out of breath easily. Can't even casually cycle for 30 minutes without starting to black out. So I must stop and get off to get my breath back. That sucks, isn't it? The cot they put inside to hold it from the right form. Right, I'm with you. Okay. I'm with you now. When you said padding, I was like, what do you mean? I figured it out. I feel like I want to do like a walk tomorrow morning before I go to work. Start getting the CV back in.
Yeah.
I've not been in the right frame of mind lately, but I feel like I want to do it tomorrow.
Are you going to do your normal walk?
Yeah, I think I'll just do my normal one, put my audiobook in. I've started Betrayer again, which is a Warhammer novel about Khan, who is called Khan the Betrayer in 40k. This was before he was called Khan the Betrayer. This is when he was just called Khan. The book's called Betrayer.
I'm hunting for an audiobook to listen to at the minute.
A specific type or just any old audiobook?
I can't remember the title of it, but it's about so bear with me because this sounds really out there. But it's about how you deal with trauma, big or small, at any point in your life, can cause certain vibrations in your body that can then manifest as physical illness. I'm intrigued. As a person that will never ever turn my back on the doctor, ever, I think doctors are very important and we desperately need them.
So you know this book exists, but you don't know what it's called?
It exists as a physical book, but I won't read it. It's just not something.
Do you know what it's called as a physical book?
It's on my phone. That's on charge. But yeah, I've got my friend sent it to me as a link for the book.
If you know what it's called as a physical book, tell me because I'll see if it's on Audible.
Yeah.
And then you can just log into Audible on your phone and listen to it.
But I just won't read it as a physical book because it won't grab me. But to have it in the background.
I read codexes as a physical book. It's about as far as I go.
Yeah.
Because I get bored now.
But it's interesting to me because we all know that if you are struggling with depression, you can manifest as things like a bad back.
There is scientific research now that does show that mental illness can manifest in physical conditions.
Because your muscles, you're in fight or flight and your muscles are holding
It's also about the chemicals around your nervous system, which apparently...
And I was chatting to my friend about this and she was like, oh, there's a really interesting book out there. If you want the title for it, I'll send the link to you. And she did. And I was like, oh, this would be interesting actually, because I've read other books that are not too dissimilar. But it's not at all about turning my back on the doctors. Not at all. We need our doctors. Many things cannot be cured with herbal tea. So we need our doctors. But I just thought as a different approach and how you've dealt with trauma and have you dealt with the trauma if you're someone who's particularly angry for seemingly no reason is probably carrying trauma.
Yeah.
So I just thought it would be an interesting listen.
Okay, well.
No.
If you tell me the title, I can see if it's on Audible. If it's a relatively well-known or popularish book, it's highly likely to be on Audible. So
It's a pretty old book, though. I don't know if it would be. It's not a new book at all. It's a really old one.
right, you want to do your fact and then disappear off to finish your shorts.
Yeah, I made shorts for Ben, and one leg's an inch shorter than the other.
So he'll be walking around in circles the whole time.
He'll be like a real haggis.
Like a real life haggis. Okay, well we'll do loose fact, and then you can go do your shorts. I've set another goal for the next half an hour to try and make this more than just being able to afford food for tomorrow. I experienced mental pain as physical pain or sensation often. Found it weird when I realised it wasn't the same for everyone. It is a thing though. Like it has been proven that supposedly that mental illness, specifically things like depression, can manifest as like back pain or knee pain or whatever, and that people often find when they start to improve their mood, those pains go away. There is apparently a link to it. Anyway, it's time for loose fact before Luce can go away and finish her sewing project. This is normally her day off. She chooses. You should feel privileged. She literally chooses to come and spend an hour and a half of her day off talking to you wonderful human beings. And now she's going to provide you with a fact, and you can decide whether it's true or false, loose or loose.
The longest staircase in the world can be found on Niesen Mountain in Switzerland with 11,674 steps.
I've probably said that wrong.
I'm
very sorry.
I couldn't climb that.
Switzerland.
I struggle with 3 flights.
When I did the York Minster, I saw the number 200 and I thought I might black out now because I thought that'll be fun to go up to the top, this winding stone staircase that gets smaller as you go up because it's an old building. I saw the number 200. I have no idea if that's 200 steps or 200 meters. I didn't know. I saw the number 200 and thought I was about to black out. That's as many steps as I've taken in one go.
Chat are really torn between true and false here. We will wait for Yeston, who will have almost undoubtedly put it into ChatGPT. Just take the elevator. Just don't it's how many steps? 10,000 steps. I'm not interested enough to go up there. Thanks. No, I'll stay here. Well, we'll wait for Yeston, and you can bugger off and do your shorts.
Are you staying on then?
For a little bit.
Oh, okay.
It's been a rough month, Luce. Especially if I believe the Thanes that went to Thanes weekend. He says it's definitely false after the Thanes talked about going to the studio.
The longest staircase is the one you try to get your kids up when it's bedtime.
Used to work on elevators, would run 12 flights several times a day. Fuck that noise. Not this call sign. Maybe when I was a bit younger and fitter.
Oh, how are your knees?
Yeah.
Have you had replacement knees yet?
Yeah, that does not sound like fun. I could do a flight. You get a flight out of me. Like, as long as the elevator goes to the first floor, we're good.
I could do a marvellous flight. Just the one, though.
Yeah, just the one flight, actually. Right. Thank you for your loose fact. And your random news story. And your presents.
And the anatomically informative penis diagrams.
And, yeah, I mean, we haven't talked a lot about Warhammer tonight. This has been more of a Friday stream on a Wednesday. So, got the studio stairs with fun carrying Arya up. Yeah, I felt sorry for you, Carl. Not sorry enough to offer to help, but, you know. Sorry. You seem to have a wonderful time, though, so, you know.
Oh.
Oh.
The world's longest staircase is Mount Niesen, with 11,674 steps. It runs alongside the Niesenbahn funicular and climbs over 1,600 meters. It's usually closed to the public, but once a year, athletes tackle it during a special stair run event.
Is that what the same number of steps that yours had?
Yeah.
There we go. We had a fact from the fact book that was actually a fact.
How can you train for that if they only open it on the day that you do the staircase run?
You seen them stair machines in the gym?
Okay. Oh, no.
Have you seen them?
Yeah.
They look like they're just... I see people on them all the time. I'm like, I don't understand how you're doing that for half an hour. I do it for 5 minutes. I'm like, fuck this. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Kids, you're staying up or down. I'm not doing this again.
Kids are sad we're not coming to this one. Well, fuming, not sad.
Aww.
Well, you know, at some point in the future, probably in 2084, we'll open Hobby House, right? At which point they can come. At which point they can come and hang out then when they're adults.
Loose fact.
Thanks, Tony, for the $20. Just between the Eston and Tony alone, they just fucking smashed the goal.
Amazing.
You people, honestly. For the Liam and Joe show tomorrow, you have the Adepticon reveal. So what we do, yeah, we do.
Never
Jonathan.
mind. The staircase to the studio, the one down to the Hobbit was worse.
Down to the Hobbit was okay. That's fine. Going back up it when you're done.
I had no idea the Hobbit has so many stairs.
I didn't. I knew it had a relatively large back garden, and I knew it went down a bit, but I didn't know it went down. I'd forgotten it gone down that far. Jesus. There was horrendous. Thank you so much, by the way, Tony, and a huge shout out to Yeston for the pink one as well. That's incredible. What a legend. I promised you I'll stay on until past, so I will. Do you want to go and do your shorts?
Yes, I shall go and correct the shorts.
I should be finished very, very shortly. I'm going to keep talking to these people for a little bit longer because I love them. What's your question?
Have you got the tray up there? Yeah, I'm going to go and get the tray and some sign.
Ben? What word did you forget? Good boy, thank you. Don't know, people sounded happy to have left The Hobbit. Some people loved it, some people hated it. The Hobbit was 100% Marmite. It was 100% that football coach. Sometimes maybe good. Sometimes maybe, some people loved it, some people hated it. I'm half Egyptian and half Dutch, but live in Central Europe. Oh, wow. Are you going, or are you just hanging around as well?
No, I'm going to go.
I felt like you were just hanging around then for me. I was like,
No.
oh, bless you. That's love.
Okay, I'm coming up. I'll bring it up. If I hide the tray, then he might try the shorts on for me, and I might see how bad that inch is. If we can get away with it, and then once he's done the shorts, I can be like,
Luce.
"Oh, hey, here's the
Luce,
tray."
honestly, an inch is huge. It's
it?
massive.
Is it?
Massive.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Wildly huge. They'll definitely notice. It's huge. The thing is, he'll be excited about the shorts anyway, so he'll try them on whether you hide the tray or not.
Yeah.
So, you know. Tomorrow, team, we do have the Liam and Joe show at 1:30, where we are going to be talking about the Adepticon reveal, so come and hang out with us. Poor old Omar, by the way, is still in chat with a grey name. She's keeping an eye on you, Liam, be afraid. She just misses me when I'm not around. That's what I tell myself. But yeah, we will be doing that. I think Tom's in as well for the Liam and Joe show tomorrow at 1:30, and then in the evening those two are playing a game against each other. I'm going to produce for you wonderful human beings, which I'm excited for. I can mute her mic now. Oop, there we go. It's just us chat. Flat is great, makes cycling easier. I need to go for my walk tomorrow. I need to. I don't want to. Once I start doing it, I'll start enjoying it again, and then I want to go. I just need to get over that first, get out there and do some exercise thing and be sweaty. I tried. Mordy, you are amazing. Is the reveal tonight? Sort of. Depends on your time zone. It's tonight, stroke the morning. It's 2 a.m. in the UK. But yeah, tonight. So we'll be doing the Adepticon reveal show tomorrow, where we'll be looking at what they've announced, hoping that something in it is decent. And then we've got the live game in the evening. And we'll be back on 40k After Dark on Friday as well. Now Lucy's gone, we can talk Warhammer. I always Lucy's incredible, right? Because she wants to come and sit and hang out and be involved on the Wednesday and Friday shows. And she actually really fucking enjoys being involved on the Wednesday and Friday shows. And so often I start talking Warhammer, and I'm 10 minutes into something Warhammer, and I look over and she's just sat there like glazed over. I'm like, how do I make this relevant for Lucy as well? So that she can take part. By making it relevant for her so she can take part in the conversation, you arguably make it relevant for anyone that might stumble across it. Sorry about that, bro. Soon I'll become a... No. I'm saying, if not gifted, it'll be my next paycheck. Love your streams and bat raps. Always great fun. Dude, what a legend. Thank you so much. We try. Although, I don't think Brom had great fun last night. I did come home, however, and start writing more tournamenty Eldar lists. I fucking love that Eldar Codex. It's so good. It plays elves exactly how I want to play elves. I'm so impressed by the job they did with it. I think with the points hikes, it feels like it's in just the right place now. Honestly, so good. 1 PM upside down time. Yeah, jealous. Imagine that. Imagine an English company being able to put a stream out on an English time. I was thinking this the other day, right? I personally think that 10th edition on launch was an utter dumpster fire. I know a load of people that stopped playing it around the start of 10th, and they haven't returned to it. And I think some people perhaps cut off their nose to spite their face. And no, you've fucking fucked me off, so I'm not doing it again. I'm never coming back. And I do kind of get it. I do understand, but I'm really fucking enjoying the game right now. I'm sad that it's not as narrative as it could be in places. I'm sad that there's only the mission deck way to play, and I wish they'd bring out another way to play that encouraged more narrative stuff. Just reskin Maelstrom from 8th edition. Just do that, Games Workshop. It's easy. I'll do it for you. You just produce it. I'll do it for you. Insane for Rain is also grey, chat, just so you know. I'll write all the rules. I will write the whole rule pack for you, GW, for Maelstrom of War. You just have to produce it. Don't even want royalties. I just want another fun way of playing with random missions that go in random objectives that go in random places and random missions that keep you moving throughout the whole game. After watching Brom for a while now, I'm sure he has never got to grips with the game. Tactics seems to struggle. Yeah. He plays a fair amount, as you know, because you see him. To be clear, if he's playing Warhammer, it's on the stream. He never plays anywhere else, right? He's one of my favourite people in the world. He's been my best friend for 25 years, right? But it still baffles me how much he forgets rules for the same units he uses time and time again. I broke the bank again this month building out my Deathcore Krieg army and Imperial Knights simultaneously. Why I forced to buy more Space Marine crap for my Templar army, which I have like 8,000 points of Templars. That sounds incredible. I love Templars. As a Thousand Suns player, the game is a bit stale. We've not had anything different in a while. Well, you should get your Codex this year, though, Chico, right? Chico? You should get your Codex. I reckon this year we'll see World Eaters, Death Guard, and Thousand Suns. Every edition both turns people away and brings new people in. It seems to keep growing overall, though. Yeah, I agree. I think that this time round it was more impactful for me because some of the people that turned away from it and haven't returned are people that I know, and I didn't necessarily think they'd ever turn away from 40k. Can we get Tom playing Orcs? I'd like to see them not suck but don't want to watch someone else's streams. Yeah, I can give him the choice. Brom's my favourite to watch. You were so cheerful. That was tested last night, I think. GW's been dropping the ball on internal balance and codexes except for Space Marines. I think some of them are alright. I think Orc Codex is a decent place. Nids is in a relatively reasonable place for internal balance. I think Aldar's good. I was surprised by Tom's turnaround with armies. What do you mean, Wemo? When can we talk about the mod DACA detachment being banned in lots of tournaments? Now. I've got 15 minutes. Still waiting on eight blue ones. Ask me with a blue one. It was, how do we feel, team, about detachments, specific detachments, being banned from tournaments? I'm going to throw that question out there. Because I have opinions. But I got the full Dro treatment last night. Yeah, you got spaffed with secondaries, terrible dice rolls. In Thane's chat, he had armies and sold them and tried others, got bored and sold them and tried another. Tom did. Stupid to ban them, just modify them to work better, or at least house rule the entire rulebook. Okay. I don't think that's Studio Tom. Yeah, I don't think it's Studio Tom. There's 2 Toms, 3 Toms in chat. In the Thanes. If they have a codex and it's a reasonable ban, it's fine. However, it's a bad precedent for future. I'm really torn on it, right? I have opinions, but I'm really torn on it. There's a couple of things I want to say about banning detachments. I think it was when 10th edition launched, a tournament banned, I think it was the Eldar detachment altogether, which was really bad because at that point there was Eldar had 1 detachment, right? So at that point they're basically banning the whole faction, and I don't agree with banning the whole faction because that's really unfair on people that have played that army forever. Too many times, 100%. However, you have to balance the experience of the one player that wants to play that list versus the experience of the perhaps 100 other people that will be playing in the tournament. I think that is important for tournament organisers. I think tournament organisers who are charging 50, 60, 70 quid a ticket are going to think to themselves, I might struggle to sell tickets to this if people are like, there's no point going because Orc Mordaka is just going to win the event. What is the point in me turning up with my Chaos Knights because Orc Mordaka is just going to win the event? I'm not going to buy a ticket. At which point, I think event organisers are probably protecting their own businesses by saying, we're going to ban that 1 detachment. You can bring Orcs, you can bring the Tactical Brigade, you can bring Warhorde, you can bring Bully Boys. You just can't bring Mordaka. So you can still play, you can play with Orcs, that's fine. You can't play that 1 detachment. By then publicly announcing that Orc players can't play that 1 detachment, other players might go, oh, Mordaka's banned, I have actually got a chance with my Thousand Sons or my Eldar or whatever, right? So I do understand it. On the flip side, if you ban the detachment, the likelihood is Games Workshop are going to wipe your event off of their data list. So they're going to go, we can't take any data from this tournament because they didn't have one of our detachments in play. If they play with it in play, it gives us more data as to how broken it is and how other codexes are scoring against it. And it gives us more data points to be able to then change, nerf, reduce, adapt the power level of that particular detachment. So I get it. And Games Workshop have told us before when events have banned detachments. I've been on meetings with them on Zoom calls where they've said, we really don't want tournaments to be banning detachments because we can't use the data then, and we have a whole bunch of data from that tournament we just can't flat use because we can't then make a decision based on how good, say for example, AdMech are in that tournament because they didn't get to come up against Mordaka. So we can't use that detachment. We really want people to use that detachment, which is again a fair point. But then on the flip side, I'm like, yeah, but GW, that's your fault for releasing something busted. The TOs don't want their players having a bad experience and potentially losing out on revenue and not selling tickets. So I know you want to have the data, but they don't fucking care about your data. They care about selling their tickets. And if they let that detachment play, there is a possibility they sell less tickets in the future, right? So it's like a real seesaw-y thing. So I feel like if an independent tournament is, let's be honest, right? If an independent tournament came out right now and said we're banning Aspect Host from Eldar, because I played this last night, I think that is more outrageous than a tournament coming out right now and saying we're going to ban Mordaka. The reason being is because Aspect Host isn't going 1, 2, and 3 at tournaments. Mordaka this last weekend went 1, 2, and 3 at 2 big tournaments. So it's a problem. And it's a problem that no one can deny. The only way you handicap Mordaka is by putting Brom in charge last night. Mordaka is fucking broken. Hence, it's going 1, 2, 3 at major tournaments. It's broken. Okay? So I do more understand when it's that level of broken. I actually, to some extent, understood people banning Index Eldar before any nerfs. I just felt that one was slightly harsher because at that point, Eldar only had access to a single detachment. So what you were doing at that point was you weren't just banning Index Eldar, you were just banning Eldar. And there will be a lot of players out there that won't be playing all the broken stuff and be like, I can't play my Eldar. And people may have booked tickets and booked hotels and booked travel who then can't take their faction. Bromsys was awful, yes, and it wasn't just not optimized, it was awful, right? So, you know, I think there is a balance to be struck, and I think the TOs have to take a decision. Orc players can still take Warhawk, they can still take Bully Boys, they can still take Tactical Brigades. So I do think that it's potentially fine to ban detachments. I think we have to be careful of the precedent that we might set. It could be a dangerous precedent. It could get to a point where TOs don't like certain detachments, so they make the choice to ban them. And I think it should be used in rare circumstances. I think the power to ban a detachment should be used in rare circumstances. I did notice also, however, that Glasshammer have just banned it. And I think that's, for me, quite controversial. And I like Manny. I've got a lot of time for Manny. If I see him at an event, I go and give him a big hug and say hello because I've got a lot of time for Manny. But I think it's very controversial for an individual to ban Mordaka 2 days after he just won 7 games at a major with it. This is my first edition, so I've got no comparison. I think we've had better editions in the past, but I'm also quite a nostalgic person. I'm having so much fun now, so, you know, it's not a bad edition to be playing 40k, and let's be honest. Chat, you've got like 7 minutes. I think it's 7 minutes. Ends in 8 minutes and 11 seconds on the membership goal. I would love you all forevermore. That's a bit cheeky. That's bad. Cheeky's where I'd go with it. Like, I don't think it's vindictive or nasty. I just think it's a bit hypocritical. I would like to think that he's taken it to South Coast, played 7, won 7, and gone, fuck, this is more of a problem than I thought it was, and therefore decided to ban it. And I think if that's the case, it's more understandable. But I know Manny, and I know his understanding of the game, and there's no way Manny, with his ability, doesn't look at that detachment and go, that's fucking so good. That's why he took it. I don't know. I think it's a bit... if he's experienced it and gone, I thought it was good, it's so much better than I thought it was, to the point where it's busted good, we're going to need to ban it because it's too powerful. But you could have still got that data without running it yourself. I just think it looks bad. Or he had feedback from opponents who said they flat didn't enjoy it. Also possible, Andy. I always like to try and see the best in people rather than the worst. Like, I don't feel like he's gone to the whole, what's Joe's phrase? Only I may dance. I don't think he's gone down that route. I don't think he's gone, I'm using it. I'm going to get to use it and then I'm going to ban it in my tournament. So I'm hoping, like, if he bans it from his tournament, it's and then goes to another tournament and takes it again, then that's a cunt trick, right? But I don't think he'll do that. I think he's probably gone, this is too... And the thing is, right, the fact that it's been banned there and been banned on a couple of other events means that Games Workshop are probably not going to wait until the next update. They're probably going to fucking can it early. Maybe over nerf.
Maybe to stop Feels bad moments in his tourney.
This is what I'm hoping, Justin. I'm hoping he realised that his opponents perhaps had a bad time and had Feels bad moments and went, I don't want people at my event to actually have what I've just put people through. I'm hoping that's what it is. I best not become a thing then. Why not? Why wouldn't you become a thing? It's literally the best thing to do ever. They'll hotfix it for sure. Yeah, I think they will. I think we'll get the event at Adepticon out of the way. Oh, Matt says, I fully expect an update after Adepticon. That's what I think will happen. I'm going to ask a question now, chat, as well, right? Have many people tonight had any ore snaps? By the way, Eston, thank you for 5. You got us to 3 out of our target. There's 5 minutes countdown on the timer right now. 5 minutes for 7 £5 super chats. Go! Being a Thane is the best financial Warhammer-based decision you'll ever make. Without doubt. The Thane's WhatsApp chat is therapy. One. Okay. 2, sorry. I feel like it's improving. This is why I'm asking, because I've not had one tonight. But I did want to say it during the 90 minutes. I switched to Firefox yesterday and got 0 ore snaps. What's an ore snap? It's when YouTube crashes. Normally on PC on Chrome. 7? What if the only unit we get for World Eater are the Kill Team boys, their data sheet? I feel like we'll get more than that. I want more than that. I'm on quite a World Eater's hype at the moment. World Eaters, Chaos Knights, and Eldar are my triumvirate at the moment that I keep going in between and swap in between. I'm just happy. I don't see myself looking anywhere outside. In the past, I've looked outside at Dark Angels and Templars and what have you. At the moment, I'm just stuck on those 3, which is good for me. Jill, is it actually 7? I'm chatting shit. I missed the question. That was the concern. Right, team. There's 3 minutes left. I need to go. I'm tired. I didn't sleep well. I need to get some sleep. Thank you so much. Big shout out to Mordy Hammer and Ieston, who really pushed both targets over the edge there. You people are amazing. Thank you so much. You wonderful human beings. I really appreciate you. I don't know why, but this year is really down compared to last year at the moment. I'm not sure what's going on. I feel like I'm trying to be just as entertaining. I feel like we're trying to put out just as good content. People don't love it so much, it seems, at the moment. Maybe it's just the state of the world right now. But you people have, as always, been incredible. I love you so very dearly. Ah, Floris.
Working late with a soothing voice in the background.
Aw, I miss you. Thank you for the €11, you legend. I hope you're doing well, these. You can always just reach out to me on Facebook as well, mate. If I've still got you on there.
Spent the day shitting myself to death. Fun times. Feel rougher than Badger's ball bag.
It doesn't sound all that fun. I'm going to be honest with you, you parasite. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much. And thank you so much to all the other people that have been gifted as well. Like Wee Man kicked us all off. Wee Man's a legend. I don't know if you've noticed. He turns up every single stream and gifts, like Mordy Hammer does, and a few of the others as well. I can't. If I try and mention you all, I won't manage it. Rachel from accounts knows how to sod stuff up quick. Yeah, I don't. It's breaking me. That's why we'll talk to Carl about that job. Night all. May the Chaos Gods be in your favour and we all get amazing reveals tonight. Let's hope. I hope for all of you that something comes out tonight that makes you smile and makes you happy and makes you interested and yeah, that's good. I'm looking forward to seeing what they come up with. I'm not staying up for it though. But you people have been amazing. Like I say, thank you so much to all of you. You're amazing people, amazing human beings. We did get 117 likes. We did do the 100 members on the dot. We did actually beat the £100 super chat target in the end as well. So thank you so much, you lovely and wonderful human beings. I love you very, very dearly. I'll be back tomorrow at 1:30 with Joe and probably Tom for the Liam and Joe show. And we have a live game in the evening. The two of them are playing each other. The last time I spoke to them, they hadn't decided on their armies yet. So you get to look forward to that at 7:30 tomorrow evening. We then come back at 8:30 on Friday with the Warhammer show. And I'm possibly going to be looking at doing some VAD streaming on Saturday with some GTA 5 stuff whilst I get ready for the much anticipated GTA 6 in the future. It's one of the only video games that I'm likely to buy and then just sink loads of time into. To be honest with you, I don't often do that with video games. I'm such a GTA nerd. So you people are amazing. I love you very, very dearly. I'm going to go and get some beauty sleep because I need it. I can't get enough beauty sleep, but I can get some. And I think that's everything from us tonight. So thank you so much for watching. If Luce was here, what she would say right now is best chat. Absolute best chat. Thank you so much for watching, you wonderful human beings. We'll see you in the next one.